Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy Uber Hikari, aka the Nerd Nigga, here to bring you another video with no frills, just the analysis. And today I'm going to bring you a video that's basically a response to two people. The first is a response to Bleach Fanatic 1996. And the second part of this video is going to be a response to a more intellectual response to my man Esper Review on his video about black people in anime. All right, so first off, let me just say this. If you think that this is going to be a rant about Bleach Fanatic, filled with derogatory terms about this guy, that's not what you're going to get. Like I've been trying to tell you, my emphasis is on content and analysis. So I'm not going to be, calling Bleach Fanatic a faggot or any of that other bullshit. What I want to talk about is just the analysis. So, first off, there's sort of I'm placed in a dilemma and a sort of, paradoxical situation. On one hand, you have people who would say things like, don't give trolls any attention, don't respond to them. What they want is just the attention, so that you're playing into their game by responding to them. But on the other hand, when a person in the anime community on YouTube makes a video that, while it's not overtly racist, it has racist subtext, and I can't allow that to just slide without being challenged. As an African American man, I feel like I have, an ethical responsibility, an ethical obligation to speak out against racism, no matter where it is, even if it's just a troll in the YouTube anime community. Um, so with that being said, I'm gonna just get into a little bit about what Bleach Fanatic has been doing. Okay, so I think it was like yesterday. Someone I got an email saying someone posted something on my YouTube channel page, and so I go to my channel page, and lo and behold, it's Bleach Fanatic. Now, apparently, he's been watching my videos, and I see he's made a video about Uber Black Man and about, that basically what almost amounted to a racist rant against Esper Review. And since I've been shouting them out in my videos, I guess, he took some kind of offense to that. And so he posted on my channel page, Uber Hikari, the nerd nigga, and gay gangster. And I'm just like, whatever. I just blocked his ass and then removed the comment. So basically there was, really no harm done. But if he's watching this video, I'm not sure if I blocked him from just the page, my YouTube channel page, or if he's blocked from viewing my videos as well. But if he's viewing this video, that was just real childish, dog. I mean, honestly, that's some childish bullshit. I mean, for the most part, everybody in this community is, we're all grown men. And I'm not going to be responding to somebody by calling them a faggot or calling them an idiot or, any other sort of derogatory comments like that. So basically, Bleach Fanatic has two options. Either one, he can take responsibility for what he's done, apologize to basically the people that he offended, and, ask for forgiveness and start producing videos that actually have quality content and quality analysis in them. Now, if he takes this option, I'll be the first one to defend him, to welcome him back into the YouTube anime community. Or he can take the other option, which is to keep putting out these bullshit video rants about people in the YouTube anime community and to continue to be ostracized within the YouTube anime community. It's basically as simple as that. So now let me switch modes a little bit and get into my man, the video response to my man Esper Review's video on black people in anime. I basically agree with everything Esper Review was saying in that video, about how, there's this sort of, misunderstanding or somewhat stereotype that African Americans don't really watch anime. Although I have to say, though, that it depends on what type of African Americans you're talking about. If you're hanging out with, the type of people, the type of African Americans who style themselves as gangsters or, the cool crowd, then 9 times out of 10 they're not watching anime. But if you're like me or like Esper Review, who kind of, embraces their nerdiness, then yeah, they're more likely to be the type of people who watch YouTube, who not YouTube, but who watch anime and read manga. But there's another topic that I want to touch on that Esper Review didn't really go into that much, and that's the topic of the exploitation of Black culture by people who make and write who make anime and who write manga in Japan. Now, I'm not saying that these people are like racist, but there are certain racist subtexts to the sort of anime and manga that they produce. First of all, when we talk about anime culture, there's no way that you can talk about it without recognizing that it's hugely influenced by American culture, but not just American culture, but African American culture specifically. If you want to talk about J-pop or, K-pop, or if you want to talk about the use of this sort of hip hop type of element in anime, you can't get you can't discuss that without first having to discuss the intellectual and sort of musical origins that inspires that sort of creativity in Japanese culture. And I think that that's somewhat problematic because it tends to take the form, I think, of exploitation. And here's what I mean by that. You can't use the culture of another people and then refuse to reflect those people within the art that you create. Okay, so think about the stereotypes and caricatures that we see in Japanese anime. And one of the people that I like to bring up, or one of the examples that I like to bring up, is Choco Love from Shaman King. Now, when I first, saw Choco Love, I'm like, come on now, a black dude with a big ass nose, big ass lips, with an afro, and his, fucking name is Choco Love. I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, who the fuck is he supposed to be? Superfly Jr.? I mean, seriously, that is not cool. Now, I'm not saying that the mangaka of Shaman King, I forget his name. I'm not saying that he's racist, but there's certainly a racist subtext to the creation of that character. And it's insofar as it's based off of stereotypes that we would generally consider to be racist in any other form of artwork. So basically, what happens is that you get a name like, Choco Love, which is, sort of harkens back to the black exploitation films that which is what they're called, of the 1970s and 1980s, where the psychological complexity of the African American male experience is basically reduced to sexual carnality, or sort of stereotypes the African American man as this sexually potent individual, and this sexual predator type of person. And that's what I think about when I hear the name fucking Choco Love. And so I think that that's problematic for not just I think it's problematic wherever it occurs, but I think it's especially problematic for art form like anime that is really based off of African American culture for a lot of its influences. So I mentioned K-pop and J-pop before. Think about a show like Eureka 7, or a show like Cowboy Bebop, which is heavily indebted to African American culture insofar as jazz goes. So you're using cultural influences from people that you then stereotype, and it may be accidental, and they may not mean it as overtly racist, but I think that as a person who creates art and puts it out in an atmosphere where you know that it's going to be a global phenomenon, because anime and manga has become a global phenomenon now, I think you have to be more responsible for the things that you write. And part of that responsibility is learning about that culture so that you don't make the mistake of producing, characters that have racist subtext to them. And so that's just basically what my video response to Esper Review, and basically something that has been somewhat pressing on my mind. I mean, we all love anime and we all love manga. That's obvious. But I think that just because we like anime and just because we love it and we love manga, that doesn't sort of allow us to get rid of our ethical responsibility to speak out against some of the racist subtext and stereotypes that are used in manga and that are used in anime. And so this is your boy Uber Hikari, aka the Nerd Nigga, just bringing you another video with no frills, just analysis. Peace and have a blessed day.